Speaking I can't sell out that much in one break.
No.
Or can I? Alright, we got a lobby.
Hey, finally have a game. Unfortunately, sometimes it like you finish your series at like this awkward moment where everyone else is playing or everyone else is waiting, and you end up in this like elongated break period. Does happen, but we are finally in the series. They forgot Game Heart.
We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
As the countdown hits 0. Loading in now. An ancient rivalry being awakened here. And what fueled that rivalry? Dare Ice Coffee. Go ahead and try out the new homebrew sparkling citrus. And speaking of homebrew, here we have it in the top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire, L-E-E-L-E, Ile, where we have the Red Zerg representing Downfall Gaming, as well as the Jewel of India. We have the G14 winner, the Shark himself. Everybody give it up for Demi.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, we have the Vietnamese Protoss, arguably the second best, maybe even the first, like the best in Vietnam. He is representing Alpha X. It is JusticeSimon.
Look at that dragon.
That dragon.
It's always a funny story about the Alpha X logo. It's basically what happened was Sushi saw somebody drew that somewhere on the website and said, I want that. Then he contacted the artist and said, I would like to buy the rights.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, you know. Back in the day, it would have been great to have an alpaca, you know, for branding purposes.
Bit of a missed opportunity there.
Yeah, or even the shark, if you recall, they have like a
Little
sharky. Yeah, so they went for the dragon,
or the Nem Shark, if you will.
True. But yeah, you know, we do have this classic matchup here. We've seen these two players duke it out many a time. I'm pretty sure Demi, he has a winning record, but in saying that, Demi, he hasn't been as dominant as he was, you know, in previous years.
You mean previous year?
Yeah, specifically previous year. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm thinking we should see perhaps a Muta switch, or maybe not, as JusticeSimon is going for what I would say he's a bit known for for people who are familiar with him. JusticeSimon does like a Stargate play.
Ooh.
Spire might not be the wisest idea. The pylon block, though,
yeah,
definitely a wise addition. Do we gotta cancel?
Yeah.
Come on, Simon. That's a cancel.
Being annoying there with the probe, delaying that third base from Demi, which, you know, it isn't a huge deal, but it does affect the economy a little bit. Quite nice to see. But yeah, as you were saying, JusticeSimon, he's kind of known for his Stargate openers. In general, Stargate openers have become more and more standard. Over time, we've seen it a little bit more commonly, but you know, there is still a variety of openers that Protoss can go for.
Which is why it's a little odd that JusticeSimon will usually go for the Stargate.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's a lot of lings.
That is in fact a lot of lings, but 2 adepts will be enough to deter them. That might be enough lings to break through that cybercore, but you definitely don't wanna focus entirely on that and have no lings left over to run by or scout. Meanwhile, the Phoenix is going to be taking out that Overlord. Overlord will scout that it is going to be a Stargate, but get nothing else from it. We already see some spores go down for Demi.
Yeah. So Demi, we do see him react to the Stargate opener that he did scout with his Overlord. No Spore so far in the main base, being a little bit overconfident, just defending his fringe bases and
He's got a
not
queen.
there we go. Beautiful. There it is. Spore does go down.
That
So it should be
does. Yeah. Especially with the queen coming down.
Oh.
Already see that they are ready, and Demi is pretty confident. He's not making anything but drones at the moment. Drones and queens.
We'll see if...
Ooh, nice lift up on the queen. But the Oracle not quite able to get any drone kills there. A little bit of a delayed response from JusticeSimon.
That was weird. Like, he activated his Oracle, he moved in, but he was out of range. Seconds. It looked like just a little bit of miss micro there. Wasn't able to get a single worker kill, which is definitely a rough start.
Good little panoramic shots here of the emerging Roach Warren. And that's important to note for Demi. This is kind of what he's known for, is going pretty aggressive on Roaches, at least initially, and then switching it up into a Spire later on.
Yeah, he has kind of become known for his muta switches, but I do love this Ling spread, and these Lings does look like they're trying to get a little bit of damage done, but there are units in position. Should be fine.
Yeah, JusticeSimon correctly recalling his Oracles here, knowing that he wouldn't be able to get too much damage done. He's going to use them more for defense. Should see the Oracles still go across the map somewhat soon, try to get a couple of reveals, maybe throw down some stasis wards. But for now, he needs all hands on deck in order to secure his third base. Demi calling for a quick pause.
Yeah, and meanwhile, as this pause is happening, JusticeSimon, he does have his robotics facility up. He is working on his immortal action, which will be so crucial, especially against this Roach defense, this Roach composition that Demi's going for.
And he is setting it up. Or setting up his push, rather, I should say. There's that signature switch from Demi.
We were talking about it the entire time.
Noticed. Yeah. He has noticed that JusticeSimon has not made any other Stargate units. So he's been able to guesstimate pretty well.
Yeah. He does lose one Oracle in this. There's a second. It does go down as well.
Third should be able to get out there, but needless to say, you don't want to just be losing 2 Oracles to nothing like that.
These things are going to get some damage done. A single Zealot goes down. Another... Careful.
But he decided to go straight for the Scout, but not quite going to be able to get it.
Yeah. And, as we were saying, Demi, he's known for this muta switch, and because of that, it's a little bit predictable, but it does depend on JusticeSimon and whether or not he scouts it. He does have a Stargate, so as soon as he does see it, he can start making Phoenixes, but until then, he only has one.
Indeed, he does. I'm thinking JusticeSimon is confident enough that he probably doesn't want that many. There are actually 2 Phoenixes. No, wait, there was only one. Those are Halukes.
Yeah, Halukes came in for a scout. They got into the main base, but they didn't see the Spire because the Spire is in such an awkward position. It's in the middle of all 3 bases. So again, JusticeSimon has no idea. Which
usually wouldn't be a good place to put your buildings, but in this case, just about perfect.
Yeah, nice building placement there by Demi. To be fair, there are 2 Archons, and Archons do fairly well against Mutalisks, but they're so slow. If Mutalisks started harassing the bases... Yeah, it takes, according to Blizzard at least, it takes so long to, move them around, maneuver them, and get them in good positions, and here we go, the mutas are in.
Speaking of good positions... There is nothing in position here for JusticeSimon. So many probes are just gonna evaporate to 6 Mutalisks. That's not even that much.
Exactly. Meanwhile, JusticeSimon, he's committing to his push. He is moving out across the map despite these Mutalisks in his base. And is there enough here to defend?
Yeah, this might not be where JusticeSimon wants to push into. Already in the choke, Demi gonna be able to get a decent surround here. Or a decent concave, I should say, and now goes for a surround. Manages to snipe the Archons. Force Field's not really doing much here.
Yeah.
JusticeSimon is going to be pushed back.
Exactly. I mean, the Zealots did do a lot of damage in the mineral line, but despite that, and the Roach Warren did go down, but his it was so hard pushing up that ramp.
And now just look at the army supply difference. That is a 50 supply difference right now. Demi is ready to go. He is confident. He's marching right across the map. Gonna be using his Mutalisk as best he can to just try to distract JusticeSimon in order to make this push even easier for him.
Exactly, like this Roach Ravager. To be fair, the Roach Warren did go down, so his supply is a little bit stagnated right now, but despite that, it looks like he's gonna have enough.
More than enough, it seems, especially if he gets into a concave like this. There aren't a lot of Archons here, and the Biles do manage to hit a couple of units. Doesn't quite take any out.
Yeah, and with that, it looks like Demi, he isn't too confident when seeing JusticeSimon and all of his Archons and Immortals, so he does back off, but the Roach Warren for Demi is done. More Roaches are coming, and +2 is on the way. Looks like he's transitioning into Banelings as well.
Yeah, he did get the Baneling that's quite a while ago, but just didn't get any Banelings or any Baneling upgrades as well. This once again going to be quite a bit of annoyance, and the idea here is for Demi to buy time. He wants to finish his Infestation Pit. He wants his upgrades to finish up. He is looking to apply a little bit of pressure here on JusticeSimon, but he's not looking to end the game unless he knows, unless he's 100% sure that the game will end in his favor.
Oof, yeah, the Biles are landing quite well here, and it looks like
the chances are in his favor here. GG is called. JusticeSimon just cannot defend against the onslaught of Ravagers. Demi takes game number 1.
Yeah, those Mutalisks just did so much damage there. You know, like so much drone damage even hitting the nav. I mean, JusticeSimon, despite his Digilant Scouting with his hallucinations, like he just completely missed it.
Emerson joining the keyboard ASMR here. Yeah, I'm not sure if I have too much to add there. PvZ is not quite my domain. Ask me about PvP though, but I think you're as much of an expert there as I am.
We know all about the PvP. Proxy Stargate against Proxy Robo every time.
We've seen them all. We have seen Zest versus Parting.
Yep, and I'm just reminding the players, about Game Heart. Yeah, we've cast a lot of Deer, a lot of SOS, Parting, Zest,
Trap, Creator, Ranger.
Yeah.
JusticeSimon.
Hopefully we will have Game Heart for the next match, and Game 2 is currently being set up. And we'll see what JusticeSimon does in response to Demi. Like, it's hard to analyze because it does feel like just kind of came down to JusticeSimon scouting and you know, reacting to that. Like it felt like when those Mutalisks came in, he was forced to push out with his army up that ramp, remember?
Yeah.
And that's where he lost his Archons and he lost so much of his
I think it was just
supply.
An inefficient push. It's definitely scouting helps a ton if he had more spotters on the map. But yeah, I think he kind of put all of his eggs into one basket into that push. And unfortunately, that basket could not hold up quite as well.
Yeah, that basket just wasn't made with Riglinium, you know.
Riglinium.
Riglinium. Here we go.
From the Wrigley Corporation. They make chewing gum.
It's actually not sold in Singapore.
It isn't. You have to go to Malaysia and smuggle it back home. So if you're willing to send me some chewing gum, I will accept that. And speaking of chewing, this player does not chew gum. He chews championships. Yes, he is the player known for 14 consecutive GPO championships. He is spawning here in the top right-hand corner map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of Everdream. our Red Zerg representing Downfall Gaming, all the way from the subcontinent, the jewel of India. He historically has had the upper hand in this, against his opponent. Can he repeat history? It's Demi. Shark. Do.
And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the enemy Protoss representing Alpha X. It is JusticeSimon.
And
all right.
not being cheeky this time. We don't really see a proxy, which I was kind of expecting from JusticeSimon. He's not really known to be a cheesy player, but he does throw it in, depending on the map, of course. I'm not sure if this
yeah. I'm not too sure if it's map specific either, but he is known to. And a little bit of a rough start, right? He's already down 1 of 3. This could be his last game. We'll see how he manages against Demi. And again, like, he totally can. I think the reason why I said, like, arguably the best in Vietnam is that he has been able to take a couple of series against Miyamika in the past. Like, you know, he has it in him. And if he can beat Miyamika, like, he can take on Demi.
Wait, hold up. So your explanation on why he's the best player in Vietnam is because he can take series away from the player who is known to be the best player in Vietnam.
Exactly. So, you know, he's
not even consistently win, just take series.
That position isn't solidified, you know. It's the water has been muddy, you know.
Okay.
We'll see.
A little bit like iced mocha. The water is.
Yep. But I don't know if you want to make that correlation, but sure.
But we were wondering if JusticeSimon was gonna switch it up a bit. It didn't look that way, but he is, in fact, switching up quite a bit. Twilight Council first, as well as Blink. Okay. That's
interesting.
I feel like out of all the Twilight Council openings, Blink in PvZ is the least common.
Yeah, and I'm kind of worried for JusticeSimon. He saw the wall for JusticeSimon, so there are a lot of links all the way across the map, and the wall for JusticeSimon, like, it's
solid, but he is so dependent on that adept. Without Glaive, it's really easy to go down. Oh, at least he didn't commit to the shade. That would have been terrible right now.
Oh my god. More and more links are on the way as well. Demi, he's not stopping link production, and there's no shield battery. The wall will finish up, but oh my, like,
the adept goes down, and now it's just one adept and a stalker up here. The adept even being pushed into a corner. This is not a complete wall, as a matter of fact. And the gateway does go down. Second gateway should be going down soon as well, and the links are in. This is not looking rough. Good luck. Next GG. What?
Gee,
is there much to analyze there?
Yeah, I was hearing you talk about JusticeSimon's, like, opener, and I was keeping an eye on the production tab. I'm coming out. Whoa, there's a lot more links. Well, okay, here we go. Like, Demi's making nothing but links.
Which is definitely, man, it's something where it feels like more of a gut feeling. Like, I don't know if you'll say a blank counter, if you will. Demi just sort of knew what opening to go for there, and it had amazing success. Which, again, I would like to know what JusticeSimon was going for. Because, again, blink opening in PvZ, not common at all. Which is why it gets taken out by a link flood.
Yeah, exactly. And As we saw, right? Like Demi just held down that Z key and he just flooded with lings.
Yeah,
Do you
man, when you
mind
see the
actually?
opportunity.
Yeah. So at the moment, Demi, he's currently waiting for the winner of Azure versus Probe. Do you mind checking Probe's stream to see if he's in a ladder game
I
or
can do that.
or if he's actually playing against Azure? Because
I can do that.
yeah, according to in-game interface, which is known to be wrong, Probe is in a ranked 1v1.
I can't actually tell.
Nice.
I know
Just gonna have
he's
to
a
quickly-
Nightshade.
Is he playing against a Terran? Is what we need to figure out.